If you miss this golden era, these strategies that I'm about to explain in this video, you are going to be kicking yourself, because this is going to be a time where anyone, and I mean anyone, whether you have past experience, whether you have money or not, this is the time to capitalize on these strategies and these ways to make money, to live the life that you want to live. The truth is, there's a golden era happening right now. That golden era in property investing, where those strategies that come around every so often, but right now there are some massive tax advantages, which means you can make loads of money. In a previous video I talked about there's 84 billion pounds of unclaimed capital allowances for property investors, and how to do that. So subscribe to this channel, go check that video out as well after you've watched this, because here's the strategies that you need to get into. There's a massive amount of money to be made in commercial properties, but that doesn't float everybody's boats, and people might not want to go into that. So what can you do until you get to the stage where you want to do offices, or you want to do like what we're doing, which is building resorts with gyms and spas and sporting facilities and workspaces? So one of the strategies is service accommodation. Now, why is that? Because more people are wanting to seek more flexibility. They're traveling more, they need temporary accommodation. I've got loads of people in our community who have got their service accommodations booked out for 1 year, 2 years, 18 months. Someone else just got 52 nights, 30 nights, 60 nights, like all of these different things. So that's already there, the demand is there. Not only that, you can also get massive savings on capital allowances. On the purchase price of a property, 30% can become a capital allowance. If you don't get what I'm talking about, go watch the other video where I discussed that. Plus, there are companies out there that will even manage them for you. There's even companies that will source them for you. There are landlords who are in trouble that will sell them to you. And if they don't sell them to you, what you can also do with this strategy is just do rent to service accommodation. Another strategy is social housing. There is a massive shortage of social housing right now. But social housing is another one, which is for capital allowance. Now, you might get less rent if you go and win these contracts, but these contracts are like 5 years, some even 10-year contracts, where they'll take the house from you, run the thing, just pay you the money guaranteed all the time, and then the contract will say they'll give it you back in the state that they took it from you. So they have to do the maintenance and everything. So you might get less rent, but there's less expenses for you. Plus, there is then the masses of the capital allowance for you to take advantage of, so you will have loads more money and you'll skyrocket. Another thing, they're the end result strategies, social housing, but what are the strategies that are to be taken advantage of right now are also bed and breakfasts. Bed and breakfasts, because of the emergence of service accommodation, the trade of B&Bs is finding it very difficult to maintain their prices what they were before, because people can come and serve themselves in their own houses and stuff and have their own space and have more luxurious accommodation. So these are becoming available for you to purchase, or you might be able to lease option it. You might even be able to do a rent to service accommodation, depending on how to structure the deal. But again, capital allowances, massive. But also these buildings are all already structured beautifully to be able to turn it into HMOs, turn them into service accommodation, and so on. Another one is care homes. Again, a lot of companies are running, and I've worked in this sector with other industries that I've been involved in, and it's running on a very tight kind of budget. So it only takes for a couple of things not to work out very well, and all of a sudden these buildings then start coming up for sale, so we can turn them into world-class accommodation, and you start making massive money and massive wealth. And as always, by the way, as a cherry on the top, if you just want to add a bit more of wealth building into the mix, is the ability to do new builds at 0 VAT. That's still happening. So you can go ahead and add that to your basket of tricks as well. Look, there are so many ways to make money. If you want guidance, if you want help, just start reaching out. We've got a lot of free resources, but we also got communities and masterminds and the Real Life University app. Just go to rlu.app, get registered, start seeing the free stuff on there. There's a small membership fee if you want to be a part of that and get live interactive masterminds around business, around property, be part of a community as well, where you can start interacting and seeing people, what they're all about, and raise your game ultimately. So the only other thing for me to do, other than just literally hand this on a plate to you of what to go do and make 2023, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, you get the picture. Make the rest of your life very sustainable financially. Go do what you love doing. The only other thing I can do other than serve this to you is go jump out of an airplane, which I'll be doing very soon as well. So do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way to discover your true potential.